Our baby goat that has got a really thick tongue is still needing to be tube fed. So I'm going to show you exactly how you go about tube feeding a baby goat. Right, go.
This right here is my baby goat. It comes from River, my mother goat, and he has a really big tongue.
Why has he got a big tongue?
Because he has his head has been stuck, and we have been trying to get it down into his actual mouth. So what we have to do is wait for it to go down. Give him tube feeding milk from Holly, of course, because she can't feed herself from River, so we have to give her tube feeding milk.
Luckily we have a mother goat that has one, lots and lots of milk, and two, I'm hoping that she will take on the new baby because the baby will actually smell like her. The baby's own mother wants nothing to do with him, but Holly's being really kind and letting him have a go at trying to feed. Oh, it's in my hand. Right, we've got a good cup full of milk here and we'll take it through and hook it up to the baby. So what you want to do with the baby goat is get them, he's trying to latch on but his tongue's too big to actually latch on properly. So you need to hold him nice and sturdy. And I've got the milk attached to the tube and put a little bit of milk on it so it's nice and wet and just thread it in. Come on, you bum bum. Make it particularly difficult, wouldn't he? Now, if he's making noise, it means that it's in the right place. If it wasn't in the right place, he wouldn't be able to yell. There's multiple ways you can tell that you've got it in the right place. Hopefully he'll just be quiet while I do this. You can feel in his throat, the very front tube is his breathing tube. And it's actually really difficult to get the tube down his breathing tube. He will cough and splutter and squirm and roll his eyes and do all sorts of silly things. If he's calling, it means that it's in the right place, because as soon as the tube's in his breathing tube, his what's it called? His voice box. Once the tube's in his voice box, he can't call out anymore. Once it's in, once he's I'll just take it out. You pinch it and pull it out quickly. And you can tell it's in the right place because you can hear it in his tummy sloshing around. Here's Holly, who I'm hoping will take him on as her baby. Right, now he's actually finished eating. I can probably talk a bit better about it. What you want to do is measure the tube. I've already measured it because I've been using it already. You measure from their nose and they're along their neck, and then you find where their last rib is, and so you measure from their nose along their neck and to their last rib, and that's where you know that you're actually going to be hitting the stomach. If it can't get past there, it means you're hitting the lungs, because the actual tube from their nose to their lungs is quite a bit shorter. With these young babies that are only a day or two old, what you're looking to do is 150 mils 4 times a day, and that will be enough to keep them going. You can feel their tubes in their throat. The very front one is quite firm and hard, and that is their breathing tube, and behind that is their esophagus, and it's quite soft and floppy. If you can feel behind the hard tube in the front and hold your fingers there, you can feel the harder tube that you're actually putting down. You can feel it going in and make sure it's going into the right spot. It's best to use warm milk if you can. If you're using a formula, make sure it's warm. And if you have a donor goat that you can take it from, it's even better, because it's got all the living benefits that normal actual goat milk has. So that's why I've been taking it from Holly. The other upside is I'm hoping to eventually foster this baby onto her. She's got boatloads of milk, and also she will take on a baby that smells like her more. So if the baby has her milk and it's going through and it's pooping the same and smells the same as her baby's, she's much more likely to accept it. She already responds when he cries out, which is really exciting and promising. Once he is able to latch properly, once his big thick tongue is behaving itself a lot better, we will give it a better go at trying to latch him onto her. But in the meantime, we'll just do what we can. His tongue is probably about half the size it was yesterday when he was born, so that's all progress. It's all really good, but it's still far too big for him to actually latch on. However, he is still trying to latch, and she, for the most part, will let him give it a go. The reason I leave the tube attached when I pull it out, when I leave it attached to the syringe, is because it stops any extra milk falling out when you actually remove it from the goat, and it will stop any dribbles running down into their lungs. The last thing you want to be doing is putting liquid into their lungs. However, it's really difficult to get a tube into a goat's lungs unless they're unconscious. So you shouldn't be tube feeding. She's feeding all the babies. You shouldn't be feeding an unconscious baby anyway, because the risk of getting the tube into their lungs is really high, and also if they're unconscious, it's probably too late to be trying to get them to absorb any kind of food. By that stage, they're going to need some subcutaneous nutrients. Makai, can you move, please?
Okay.
She's feeding Sula's baby, who's not even hers. She is literally just feeding anybody. You're better off trying to get the baby's throat and neck as straight as possible. So I usually lie them down. I'm sitting on the ground, usually trying to lie them down between my legs.
Well, also that maybe all the babies might be hers.
No. But she does have 4 babies all trying to feed off her at once.
Yeah.
No wonder she's running away. I hope you found this video really useful. If you have, hit the like button. Consider subscribing to our channel. We bring you videos twice a week on growing and preserving your own food. We'll see you in the next one.